How many of you believe that a rising tide lifts all boats? I know I do. And when it comes to small machine shop manufacturing, we are all here together to support the folks out there. We're about to step inside to Neo Industries, a small machine shop, only 4 or 5 machines in there, but they've decided to invest in machine monitoring, in Datanomix, to learn more about what's going on in their shop. Even though there are only a couple of machines, this is the success of how we can move forward. This is how we attract talent. This is how we learn more about processes and cycle times to improve our cost production and quality there as well. Let's step inside. Bob is waiting for us where we're going to learn more about this journey of digital automation. Well, we've made it inside, my friends, and this young man has been waiting for us, and I'm excited to be here. Bob, thank you so much for allowing cameras to come into your facility today.
Thank you. It's my privilege.
For sure, it's my privilege. Anytime we get into a machine shop, we are grateful. The audience is grateful as well because we still hold our cards very close to our chest in manufacturing. So when someone says, yeah, we'll open our doors for you, we appreciate that. In this conversation, it's very obvious, I think, what we're talking about. Break records, make more, Datanomix. But to be fair, a lot of us think machine monitoring out there is for the big shops, you know, at least 50 machines, 60 machines, 100 machines, maybe even more than that. My friend, you are up and coming, you have courage, you have resilience, you have quality, and you bring value. But you only have a couple of machines. So a lot of the folks out there today are going to resonate with you based on the story you tell about why machine monitoring matters to the smaller shops as well. To my knowledge, you kind of use Datanomix as a journaling system. Would you mind describing how you utilize it?
Sure, Datanomix has a lot of robust features, but the thing that's most applicable to us is everything that goes on in that machine gets captured. And so we analyze runs from run to run, batch to batch, and try to always improve our process.
For me, that makes sense. And I used to do that as a machinist myself, but sometimes I'd lose track, or we had a lot of different SKUs, and it would often become a guessing game. I think that this job, I did it in 30 seconds or 3 minutes. To actually have that data, to know if I'm running 10 tools or 3 tools or however many tools, which one's taking the most time? How do I fine tune it? Do I buy a new end mill? Is it less cuts or deeper cuts or lighter cuts and faster processes? All of this is the game you play to make sure you're getting better cycle times, better part processes, longer tool life. All of this is incorporated to make sure at the end of the day, for you, it's the best that could be done here at Neo Industries.
That's the goal. When we start a new project, you know, we come up with what we think are good tool paths and good tools to start, and then start dialing it in from there. And so Datanomix tells us which percentage of the cut is allocated to which tool and where we might emphasize or invest in reducing that cycle time. So, you know, if I have to buy a $600 tool or insert or something like that, but I'm going to get 3 minutes a piece back, you know, it pays off pretty quickly.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I see bar feed. That's important to understand because while you weren't looking and while the audience wasn't looking, I took one of your parts and put it into my pocket. Really cool titanium part. And I know part of the value of working with Neo is that you will take on those jobs that are difficult and try to get them out within 24, 36 hours or even same day delivery. And with products like this and material like titanium, that's quite a leap sometimes. So the fact that you're able to understand your processes really well and fine tune them, this is one of those great examples, isn't it?
Yeah, so that part is titanium and it started out at 32 minutes. I can't remember how many tools we have, but probably 6 or 8. And we just optimized each tool path until we got it down to about 21 minutes apart.
That to me, when I see a bar feed and I think maybe 10 parts, maybe 50 parts, maybe 500 parts, and I'm saving 30 to 40% of my cycle time, it's almost common sense, or we say this term too much, I'm gonna do it anyway though, a no-brainer to say if I'm able to fine tune my processes in this way, as a small shop where every end mill matters, where every cycle time matters, and it does for the big boys as well, don't get me wrong, but oftentimes the small shops that are really trying to get out there, really trying to do more work, investing in the time, the processes, the quality, the overall lead times, this is how we grow quicker, we succeed more, and our partnerships continue to thrive. Would you agree with something like that?
Oh, totally. And one of the things we do here is we try to leverage a small amount of human resources and capital resources as best we can. And so we have to have reliable processes that can be minimally monitored by people, and we can always know what's going on with Datanomix.
Yeah, and I know that's your goal ultimately, is to look at this Hyundai wheel machine, to look at this Edge bar feeder, to look at Datanomix and go, I'm gonna pop this bar feed on, I'm gonna make these parts, they're gonna go to my parts catcher, and I'm gonna be able to put them into a box and ship them out the door, right?
Sure.
And this is the goal for a lot of folks out there, and to see you aspiring to make sure that you can do that by bringing in digital technology, which I think is the evolution of any machine shop out there, to me, that shows the future of what you wanna create here, Bob.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing, that's the road we're headed down, is as much automation and technology as we can afford and implement as we go.
I think that's really well said. I know that for those of you out there who want to learn more about NIO, Bob and I are going to dive into the guts of what the 1990s look like up until today. This is Datanomix focus because we want you to understand how small shops, even small shops, can succeed with digital monitoring. So if you want to know more about NIO themselves, stay tuned for that other video. Pull it up on YouTube, take a look. But for now, let's drop a little website or information where people can find you in NIO Industries.
Sure, we're NIO Industries and we're located in suburban Dallas-Fort Worth. Our website is neoindustries.com. That's N-E-O. Sometimes it's hard to hear. And feel free to look us up. We're always open to new opportunities.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And you know, along this journey of these videos and these filming, I have to make a joke about the Matrix at some point, right?
I get it a lot.
I bet you do. Well, Bob, thank you so much for having us in. I absolutely appreciate you.
Thanks.
So this is NIO Industries, powered by Datanomix and seeing into the future. I think that's important to understand, especially when I brought up the Matrix and seeing into the future, right? This is the one. If you were looking for a company that's looking to the future, much like you guys out there, small machine shops can be the key and the backbone to what's going on inside of your facilities. Bob is ready to work. He's bringing in some technology that matters to help you as well. This is the stories that matter across U.S. manufacturing as we do more reshoring here in the U.S. Thank you all for watching. Time is the one thing we cannot manufacture more of. And if you spent it with us, we truly appreciate you.